Continuing to take a look at stuff I found at Target, we have Alien and Predator. Interestingly enough, though, only the Alien figure seems to be from anything actually based on Alien versus Predator. Now, these are from NECA, the company known for making some high quality 6-inch or so action figures that are highly detailed. These are not exactly meant to be played with as kids' toys, they're more for dioramas and set pieces. But they're not cheap or fragile. They're well made, it's just not meant to be played with as frequently as toys by, say, Hasbro or Mattel or really any other toy company. It's hard to explain. But what we have here is the Acronoid Alien and the Predator City Hunter from Predator 2. So, yeah, these are from two different entries in either series, only one being an actual Alien versus Predator product. But still, it's an alien, it's a xenomorph and a predator. What can you... It seems to be part of NECA's series that draws from video games. This might have been based off of the Alien vs. Predator arcade / console release. Although I think the console release were first-person shooters, so this must be some kind of arcade game. On the back we have Terror grips the city of San Dred as an outbreak of aliens. Cybernetic has major Dutch shift. That's probably a callback to Predator because Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in that film was also known as Dutch. I don't know if his name was Schaefer, but if that's supposed to be him, kind of looks like him. I love how the portraits over here are like a character select screen, although it doesn't explain exactly who's who. There are 3 versions of the Predator, 3 versions of the Xenomorphs, and 2 humans. Unlikely allies, Predators, Alliance, because this is a Xenomorph, it doesn't come with any accessories. The only accessories I think you could package with a Xenomorph figure, and yes, I did mess with this a bit earlier to make this an easy unboxing, would be facehuggers and or eggs. They don't really come with weapons. NECA packaging is pretty standard. It's more like something you'd actually keep as opposed to a card or even most other boxed figures. Even the packaging for most NECA figures feels like it could be a display piece. And there we have the... Let's see if we can figure out how this goes. The tail seems flexible. It's very flexible, fully posable, and has a stinger-like tip at the end. So I'm guessing this is more of a drone as opposed to a warrior. The warrior xenomorphs have more of a razor edge tail tip as a killing feature. I don't know why this is called the Arachnoid Alien. It doesn't look very arachnid-like. A while back, there actually was a series of alien figures based off of the Kenner figures made in the 90s, as a series of which were more for a series of kids' toys than anything. But they took those old designs and remade them in the NECA style. Looks like there's some kind of a molting going on. The shell near the head is peeling, so this might be a transitional stage for a xenomorph, probably a drone into a Praetorian or a warrior xenomorph, but only around the head. It feels like only the head carapace is peeling. Everything else seems normal for xenomorph standards. This figure may need a base or something, but I don't have to worry about that right now. I'll stand up properly. 4 fingers. Interesting thing, the very original xenomorphs, they had like the 4 human fingers and 2 thumbs in the original film. But they actually dropped that for Aliens and every film onwards. Another thing is, the second film kind of has like this head carapace redesigned to not have the shell over here, this shell piece, and giving it a more sharper design. And they wouldn't use that head design again till like Aliens vs. Predator 2 in 2009, almost 20 years later. Coloring it's meant to maybe be like the pixels in the arcade machine, but it's not too much of a of an off-color for a xenomorph. They generally come in black, solid black. But I think there have been color variants over the years, not in the movies per se, but in spin-off materials like the comics, the figures, the video games. And over here we're starting to, which is a much more, this guy over here, the City Hunter Predator. This one is definitely something that, it's got twist ties and everything. They took a photo on the back to show off how posable, and you can pretty much do anything with this guy. Almost every accessory the City Hunter came with is in here. 2 variant heads, the skull, 2 versions of the combi stick, swappable hands. Like, wow. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it right here and be right back. Because I don't want to waste anyone's time trying to undo these. So yeah, as is pretty typical with most NECA figures, this guy stands tall and is highly detailed. Has a ton of accessories, even though for the most part, they're interchangeable hands. I'm trying to give a quick rundown for anyone who is unfamiliar with the Predator series. It's called the combi stick. It's essentially a big javelin that has points that they can extract and... yeah. Pretty much. Like a big javelin. It comes in 2 versions. There's an unfolded one, and there's a folded up one. It doesn't open or anything. It's mostly meant to just what it looks like when it's stored up. And interchangeable hands for all kinds of poses. Like often when they'll run their hands over their gear, like, and try to engage like the buttons on the console, the commands. So you've got, and especially grip hands too, for pretty much. I think this is supposed to be the plasma caster is the closest thing that these guys use to a gun is over here on the shoulder. So what's this? This might go on the shoulder or somewhere. I'll figure it out. And I think these are alternate covers for the different states on the things on his gauntlets. Like a little computer that controls pretty much everything that these guys see and do. This is a plasma caster blast. As the photo showed, you attach it over here, and it kind of gives off a blast. Thing is, the Predators try not to use the plasma caster as much as possible. They always go for hand-to-hand kills, or pretty much melee as much as possible. The plasma caster is often only when they're threatened, but what's threatening them is not a worthy trophy that they keep pretty much on their ships, like this skull over here. So yeah, this is not a kid's toy. This is pretty gruesome. Even Kenner's Alien and Predator figures did not have stuff like this back then. Yeah. And of course, alternate heads for when he's unmasked. The thing about this Predator is they redesigned him from the original to sort of not blend in, but sort of match the urban environment, because Predator 2 went from a jungle to a city. So they gave him like longer dreadlocks and an outfit that would have looked more like something. I believe it was based slightly on hip-hop culture at the time, with all the mesh and leather, and how it shows off a lot more skin than the jungle outfit did. I think it was a mixture of hip-hop and club culture in the late 80s, early 90s that was somewhat partially the inspiration for this guy's outfit. The mask is a little older, a little more worn. So this was supposedly a more experienced hunter than the Jungle Hunter. The Jungle Hunter was probably going on still early in his life as a hunter, predator. So that was a quick look at Alien versus... Oh, wait, this is an Alien versus Predator video, so let's just try and have these... I'm not going to bash them together or anything, but I am going to have a nice shot. Hopefully it'll be a nice thumbnail. Whoever wins, we lose. I miss the Alien and Predator films. There's been no word yet on if a new one is ever going to go into development, but I just once would like to see one done right, closer to the older, like the comics and games, but it is what it is. That's all I have to say. Have a nice day.